and they broke up at that point. And he needed a group. Barry Hankerson had just started managing him and had took him to Jive, but they wanted him to come out with a group. So he saw us, we were dressed, ready to go, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, "You guys sing and dance?" We was like, "Yeah." So we went in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, and sung and danced, you know, all kind of crazy.
Don't.
It was real crazy in the bathroom, but you know. So after that, then he was like, "Meet me at Presidential Towers where he lived at, and wear all black." And at that time, we were pretty young, so we just was, you know, really just excited about, because he was like the next to blow. So it was like, okay, yeah, let's go. So we went and we rehearsed to music and did routines and all of that. And probably not long after that, maybe a month or two, we were doing sold out shows overseas. So
Okay, and you guys had already recorded the Born to the 90s album by that point?
no, at that point, the album was pretty much done. So all the vocals were pretty much done. We might have done a little something, but for the most part, we just sung in the live shows because he had already basically finished it. He was like, really, Jive was ready to put him out. You know what I'm saying? Hardly any.
He was already scheduled to be a solo artist. But from what I understand, they didn't want to release him as a solo artist just yet because at that point, you had all these groups out. So whether it was Blackstreet, whether it was New Edition, you know, you had a bunch of groups. And for him to come out as a solo artist, I think they might have thought that might not have been a good look. So they decided to say, okay, let's release him as a group. And that's when we met and he saw that we did what we could do. And he said, meet me here. And so we did.
Okay. And when you guys first started seeing R. Kelly perform, was it just obvious in terms of talent level and so forth?
To a certain degree, you know, because in terms of talent, I think we were pretty close to like where he was at talent wise, but he was getting the big breaks. I mean, he found himself in situations, you know what I mean? So, you know, but very talented. I'm not trying to take that away. Very talented.
Insane the dawn. With the wife by my side, you can run but can't hide. We enlighten surviving lies. You know what I'm saying? Real supporters on the rise. Reloaded, cocked, and ready. Better free R. Kelly, nigga. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody know, people been saying it, that he was denied once again, right? And I'm hearing people out. We hearing people. Yeah. We know that there's certain people that have came in this situation and they have kind of, it's like they're doing the wrong things deliberately. Whether it's calling themselves the Enterprise when that's what they charging the man with, whether they're doing rallies and shouting obscenities into the in front of the building at the MCC. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? It's more to it than that, in my opinion. Like I said, the government, right? They locked R. Kelly up the first time. He borrowed the money, posted bail. Then they tried to get him with the child support, even though he was only like 8 months behind, and that's nothing to a celebrity of his stature. You know what I'm saying? To be only 8 months behind, and the reason why you behind is because they started illegally canceling your shows where you couldn't make money. When we all know that that's how artists make their money, is by shows, because the major labels like Sony and Universal and all that are always fucking artists, especially African American artists.
Allegedly.
Well, no, I mean that I don't even know if we gotta say allegedly. That's just a fact.
Yeah, but we should,
Well, let's say allegedly then, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
So once they tried to get him on the child support bullshit, then that's when the government said, well, you know what, the feds got to get involved here now, and we got to lock him up, charge him, and we just cannot give him a bond. Well, how can we do that? The man doesn't have no record. You know what I'm saying? The evidence is shaky. How can we do that? Oh, okay. Well, they said on Surviving R. Kelly that he was obstructing justice, right? So I believe the feds ran with that. They said, okay, that's how we can do it. We can say that the man has a history of obstructing justice, even though he wasn't convicted of that. You know what I'm saying? And for them to say that he obstructed justice, they have to prove that first. You understand? I don't see how they can make a decision and say we're not giving you bond because we believe you obstructed justice in your 2008 case. That has not been proven. So it's all bullshit. You know, they had their mind made up that, you know, once he got out that second time on bond, they was like, well, goddamn, what can we do? I guess we just can't give him a bond. That's just my opinion, y'all. So they decided not to give him bond, right? Now, they came along and they're saying that he's running this enterprise or whatever. So they charge it, you know, they locking people up and they're trying to say that R. Kelly is they're trying to hint like R. Kelly is telling these people to do these things, which we all know that's not true. The phone calls are monitored, so there's no reason why they couldn't check the phone calls to see if he's giving out these orders or giving out these instructions. You know what I'm saying? And let's just face it. I mean, we don't know, like as far as, like, for example, that Michael Williams shit. We don't know. Who's to say that you know, Cash Jones, she had the relationship with Angelo. You know, she obviously had feelings for Angelo. So
Well, she said it.
yeah, she said it. She said it. I mean, and then we all remember on FaZe's channel, when she was on FaZe's channel, Angelo called her on the other line, and then when she clicked back over to FaZe's, she said, FaZe's, I gotta go. I mean, that tells us that Angelo told her to hang up the phone. I mean, that's just common sense shit right there, y'all. That's common sense. So who's to say that she wasn't scorned, feeling some kind of way because she's caught feelings for Angelo Clary and he's not responding to her the way she wants him to respond to her. So she sent her cousin over there to blow up the car or whatever, set the car on fire. How does R. Kelly have anything to do with that?
Right.
There's no guarantee. And for real, whose car was it that got caught on fire?
That was a rental car.
Was it even Azriel's car?
No, it was a rental car.
Oh, so it was a rental car.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying, y'all? This is the type of games they've been playing from day one. So we can't sit here and just say, oh, it's all them dudes over there, which it's a part of it is, it's a lot. It has a lot to do with them. But there's also other elements that has caused them to not give him bond. For one, his reputation in the court of public opinion has been severely damaged. It's been severely damaged, and it's kind of got me worried a little bit when it comes to trial, because we don't know if it's like this. They cannot have no evidence, man. The evidence cannot make sense like a motherfucker. But if the court of public opinion is so damaged and they think that R. Kelly did this and they think that he's this type of person, they can charge that man anyway. They can just charge that man. And if they don't feel like it's going to be no uprising from the people, you know what I'm saying? Then why wouldn't they just charge the man and say he's guilty?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? If they
pick their the jurors themselves.
Yeah, then you got this sequestered jury shit. It's like, how can they do that? So look, they can take somebody, right? For example, if they saying that he can't see the jury, right? Who's to say who the fuck is the jury? They could put anybody in that jury seat. They could put anybody in the jury seat. They could put somebody that works in the prosecution's office in the damn jury seat, as far as we know. You see what I'm saying? I just don't feel like this is fair at all. But it's not just them. There's other aspects to this. You know what I'm saying? You have people have been contributing to destroying this man's image for the past 2 years.
I just can't believe that they actually, just people he don't even know can damage him like this, and he's responsible for what people say that he don't even know.
Right.
That's just crazy to me.
Man, I can't believe it. I don't see why the attorneys have not made it their duty to be more assertive and come out and let it be known that he does not have any affiliation with these people. And for real, as far as my message to these people, come on, man, y'all know that y'all don't have affiliation to R. Kelly. And y'all know that even if y'all don't think that shit should matter, them folks is thinking them folks is thinking, oh, they're calling themselves the Enterprise, so there goes his enterprise right there.
Well, they put Tyson in the indictment.
Yeah, well, in the motion, yeah,
In the
Tyson
motion,
was in the
yeah.
motion, so
Yeah.
they know these things. So I'm asking them, why do y'all continue to do it, man? Y'all could have came on the scene and y'all could have tried to help R. Kelly a whole different way. Y'all didn't have to come on the scene saying, oh, we the Enterprise and all this dumbass shit.
They think the First Amendment rights, but they see that this is not a fair fight.
Exactly, and that's what,
So we get how you feel about the First Amendment right of your First Amendment rights, but however,
for the sake of the fact that they're not playing fair and they haven't been playing fair for 2 years.
No, they're not playing fair.
Why don't y'all cool out with that shit, man? Why didn't y'all cool out with that shit? You know, but like I said, there's other factors. You know, you got the media. You know, the media has damaged this man's reputation and his image so bad in the past 2 years. It's not even funny. You got
the opposition, of course.
The opposition, you know, and it's like this. I get that everybody might like the oppositions. You know what I'm saying? I get it. They seem like good people. But we have to call this what it is. They're the opposition. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense us constantly battling this one crew over here, even though we know that, well, they claim they for R. Kelly, but we feel like that their actions have been shaky. We get that. But at the same time, we got to keep our eye on the real opposition. And nobody's saying, oh, just because they're the opposition, oh, we got to threaten them or we got to say we're going to pop the trunk, as Levi like to always say. Nah, we ain't, it ain't got to be like that. You can still be cordial, but at the end of the day, you have to understand your opponent. That's all we saying. And to me, like I said in the last joint, it's like it's kind of getting a little hard to tell who's who a little bit because it seems like that it you know what? It kind of seems like to me, right? If you're calling in on someone's live and you're saying that R. Kelly is innocent, right? But the person who's live, you're calling in at the time. See, you're calling in saying that R. Kelly's innocent, and you're saying that this group over here has done so much damage to R. Kelly, right? Right? We get that. We agree with that. But then you got the person who's live you calling in on. He's while you're speaking on his live, he's playing stuff across the screen that's damaging R. Kelly, basically saying lock R. Kelly up, he's guilty, woo woo woo. And this is not a vindictive attack towards dude, because like I said, I like dude, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like a good guy. But the bottom line is we have to stay focused and we have to realize who the opponent is. And we don't have to look at it like enemies. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to look at them as enemies. Look at them as opponents. And when you start thinking like that, like this is a competition, when you start thinking that way, then we might decide to say, fuck them niggas over there. They're not important. They're fucking irrelevant right now. We need to worry about the opposition, which is the people that are opposed to R. Kelly, which is the media, which is the federal government, which is Kim Fox's office. Those are the real people, which is the music industry. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like Sony Records and all that, allegedly. But then we'll start to understand how we can at least try to balance this thing out, because it's so lopsided right now. You know what I mean? It's very lopsided. And that's in my opinion, that's why he continues to not get a bond, because it is the people continue to add fuel to the motherfucking fire that Surviving R. Kelly ignited. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
We have to call it exactly what it is, just like you said. And we have to understand that black folks, people of color, we have got to come together and say, look, this man has been done wrong, and who is it going to be next time?
Exactly. Okay?
So if we don't try to get something done here, and we got to take it to mainstream media.
Exactly.
We can't just keep it in this little bubble. It has to go out further.
Right.
Okay,
right.
It has to reach the masses at this point.
Exactly.
You know, and the celebrities, people he's helped and wrote for, produced, all kind of stuff, you know.
We have to put pressure on them.
We gotta do something.
They need to stand up. I get it that they're probably scared, because listen, if you can take one of the biggest stars of all time, one of the biggest musicians of all time, R. Kelly, and you can damage his image like this and come out with a smear campaign like this, 9 times out of 10,
20, 30 years later.
Yeah, 20, 30 years later, 9 times out of 10, these other celebrities are worried about that same effect happening to them. But at some point, you have to stand up for what's right as people, as human beings, man. They cannot continue to let them do this to this man, because I know that they know that this is some bullshit, man.
Can I just say something? And this is just like kind of like off a little bit, but okay, they're saying that he's this monster, having sex with these kids, young girls, which are now adults, right? So show me in the last 20, 30 years where there's some 12, 13-year-olds. Because if they're saying that this is who this man is, there should be some kids, right?
Right.
Right now.
Exactly.
You know, we don't have to talk about 20, 30, 40-year-old people. There should be some kids running around here. And please, don't go try to produce no kids.
Right.
Please don't try to go produce no kids, because really, we will know.
Where are the kids now? Is that what you're trying to, like, why haven't they produced? Exactly. And it's like, since they say that he's such a monster like that, and then remember, what was her name? Javante Cunningham. She came on Larry's panel and said that if you was around R. Kelly for 15 minutes, all it took was 15 minutes, and you would know what type of person he was, basically saying that he's that much of a children, whatever word I'm looking for, I can't even think right. Yeah, whatever. That much of a pedophile, which that's nowhere in the indictments, but they keep saying it. So look, for the sake of what they keep saying, right? He's that much of a pedophile that it only takes 15 minutes for you to see that. I mean, that is just that is the biggest bullshit I've heard in a long time, y'all. And we have to stop letting people just say whatever. I mean, the man got enough on him, man. He got enough on him. Y'all don't got to keep on trying to tear him down. He's already torn down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already got him locked up in fucking federal custody for damn near 2 years. I mean, what more do y'all want? Do y'all want blood now?
If they say he's done these things, then why is it that they should want him to have a fair chance? They should want it to be fair. They should make sure everything is done by the book. He should have his due process. They should be turning over discovery. They should be doing all these things that they have not done, allegedly.
Right.
Okay? If they are so certain that this man did these things, why is everything underhanded, undercut, and seem like it's just so much against him? At least he should have a bail.
Right. It seemed like they're stacking a lot of weapons against him. And if he's so guilty, they shouldn't have to do all that, sequester juries and all that crazy shit. But man, I think we definitely need to support Bruce Kelly.
Absolutely.
We need to support the family, man, and like I said, follow their lead, see how he's trying to carry it. Hopefully he does the press conference and he says what he needs to say. But it just don't make sense to me how they carrying it, man.
Everyone on this planet should be furious and trying to do something about this man not even having a bail.
Right.
At no record?
No record at all.
They got his passport. He has health issues. He had surgery, which will make his immune system low.
Right.
He's pre-diabetic, probably diabetic now.
And they've been letting all these other people out for COVID.
And he cannot get a bail?
Right.
Oh no.
But the one cop, what's his name? Chauvin or whatever his name is, that killed George Floyd in front of everybody.
Avenatti, all these other Cohen, all these other people have gotten out.
All of them. It's crazy. It's crazy. But they don't think that this is racism. It looks like racism to me. It definitely looks like racism to me. But
what are they afraid of?
I have no idea. I mean, they say that this man is controlling, right? And this is another thing, right? They say that he's so controlling and that that's what I kept hearing people say, that he's a control freak. He don't want people talking to this people. He don't want the dancers talking to the backup singers. He don't want none of that, right? Man, that's not controlling. That, you know what I call that, y'all? I call that a perfectionist. I call that a professional. I call that a leader. You know what I'm saying?
I call it a celebrity.
Yeah, call it a celebrity, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta move a certain way, you know what I'm saying, when you a celebrity. You know what I mean? They talking about the man, like a man is supposed to run his house, y'all. I don't understand it.
You know, he could sign an autograph. They could go type. Someone could go type a letter, cut that signature off, put it at the bottom of that letter as if he wrote that letter and signed it.
Exactly.
I mean, people are dirty.
Copy and paste type of shit. Yeah, that's
You know
what
what I'm
people
saying?
do. So he gotta watch what he does. That's what I'm saying. And they know this. They
You
know
see
this. That
people
celebrities have to move a
allegedly
certain
have
way.
already sent one of the accusers allegedly wrote a letter and said that R. Kelly did it or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which was see, that's what I'm saying.
That's what we talking about right there. They talking about some he like he ain't supposed to run his house. Like I don't want guests wandering around my house, going all in my refrigerator and shit, just going wherever they want in my house either. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to maintain control, a controlled environment in your home, man. You have to. That's not being a dictator. That's not a dictatorship. That's simply running your house. That's simply managing your career.
I haven't seen any bruises on these women. I haven't seen. They don't look like they're malnutritious. Like
None. That's what I'm saying. They look like they ain't missed no meals. They look like they are healthy and they're eating fine and all that. That's why I don't understand how they came on the scene telling all them lies, man. But you know, it's like this, man. What people are not understanding, right? Like celebrities, man, or just people with money, I should say, or people that appear to have more money than the average person. It comes with changes, man. People change. You know, I heard somebody say the person with money isn't the one that changes. It's the people around that person that changes. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I just be wondering, like, why do people change? Well, let's think about it. You know what I'm saying? You got human nature, man. Human nature is basically that. You know, when like humans, we get jealous. And we might not even want to get jealous. And that goes from all walks. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be your lover, it could be anybody. It's human nature. If you feel like you're not getting the proper attention that one is getting, or you're not getting the proper credit that one is getting, or you don't have as much money as one might be getting, you're going to start. It's a possibility. Let me not say you are, because not everybody is like that. But it's a lot of people that, you know, they are going to get jealous. And then we all know that jealousy turns into envy, you know, and envy turns into hatred. So we got to keep that in mind, man. We can't just sit here and just say, oh, he was a monster after 30 years. Now people want to come out 30 years later. I mean, look, yeah, I mean, and I don't think people is taking this in consideration, man. Like, you know, when you, like, you a star, man. He was a star. You know what I'm saying? And people get the mentality like, why should I help your stardom grow? Why should I continue to help your stardom grow before I start helping my own, you know what I'm saying, success or my own family first? You know what I mean? That's how people think. That's human nature. You know what I mean? That's human fucking nature, y'all. You know, you know that the man had, you know, when he first came on the scene, he was with the group Public Announcement. So y'all don't think that by him going solo after that, they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, start feeling some kind of way? You know what I'm saying? The one dude in Public Announcement said he felt like they had just as much talent, which we all can sit and get a good laugh at that. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to just disrespect them dudes, but come on now, let's keep it a buck. People start getting jealous, man, and that's just how it goes, man. And that's what it seems like has happened to this dude. You know what I mean? They had the one album with him, the first jump, Born into the 90s, and then next thing you know, he does the 12-play jump. So now it's like the label's like, well, we really don't need them dudes. You know what I'm saying? He's the star. We don't need them. It's the same thing that happened with James Brown. We all saw it. James Brown was the star. They really didn't even want to give them other dudes no, you know what I'm saying, no deal or no attention. But James Brown made them do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how the music business goes. It's going to be that one guy. And the labels, they do a lot of that shit, like getting artists against each other and all that, because they paying more attention to one artist instead of the other dudes. And they start feeling some kind of fucking way, man. That's just how this shit goes. You know, you got the artist B. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly's been on the top of the game for 30 years. He's been the king of R&B. You know what I'm saying? So what about B through Z? What about them artists? That's where you get your John Legends and all the other little haters that then came out saying something about R. Kelly. He's been the top of R&B for 30 years. It's going to start, it's going to cause people to start hating on this man. Does that mean that he did some crimes, y'all? Does that mean that he listen, how can you write for somebody 1 minute you're saying I want to be rebellious with this record I'm doing with you, and I wanted to be rebellious as far as my sexual assault. Okay? I mean, that's not what she said exactly, so don't quote me on that. But that's basically what she was trying to say. And then next thing you know, now this Me Too movement comes out and this smear campaign against R. Kelly come out, and now she's taking her songs off of, taking the song she did with him down. Now he's a monster. Now she's apologizing to the media saying, I'm sorry if I would have known that I wouldn't have done, I against my better judgment, I was younger. Like, really? You was only like 5 years younger. I mean, what the hell are we talking about here? You act like this was something that happened 25 years ago or something. You know what I'm saying? And we all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Lady Gaga. I mean, these celebrities have became so such cowards when it comes to this R. Kelly situation. You used this man and you used his talent and you let him write major hits for you, and now you don't even want to stand up and help this man out when you know how them major labels do artists. When you know, they know what's going on right now, but they don't want to speak up. They don't want to try to help R. Kelly. I mean, it's just despicable to me, man. It's despicable. You know what I'm saying? Then
Well, it's a scary thing. I mean, allegedly, look what has happened to Michael Jackson, Prince.
man, Michael
mean,
Jackson, Prince.
It is a scary thing.
The list goes on and on,
It goes
yeah.
on and on. So I get how come they can feel a certain way, but if they already got the wealth, the money, and you know, I they really, I don't know.
It's crazy, yeah.
I don't want to say it. I just don't want to say it because
Remember
you
when
know.
you was saying, right, about how dudes, if there's like, for example, y'all, this is another example on how people change, or how people start hating, I should say. If you got 10 dudes at the gym, no, you got 12 dudes at the gym. Let's say that, right? And then you got 10 women at the gym, plus R. Kelly. So that's a total of 13 dudes, and then the 10 women, you know what I'm saying, at the gym, right? So after the game or whatever, all the women is running up to R. Kelly. They're running up to the star. That's causing hatred. Then R. Kelly's he might take like 5 or 6 of them, you know what I'm saying? Bag like 5 or 6 of them. So now that leaves the other 12 dudes. They got to try to fight to see who's going to, you know what I'm saying? You got 12 dudes competing to get 5 women. I mean, that causes hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think of the city of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Think about it, man. They have been hearing R. Kelly's name for 30 years straight. You know? They've been hearing his name for 30 years straight. The women in Chicago have been talking about R. Kelly for 30 years straight. You know, every time he come in town, I'm sure he shuts it down. That causes hatred. It's human nature, y'all. This is human
And they don't,
fucking
and they might
nature.
not even want to hate
Right.
him. They might not even want to hate, but it's
Exactly.
just human nature.
It's
Yeah.
human nature. Then you got the scorned woman. You know, that's why you have these women. Certain ones have clearly said so much good things about R. Kelly, and then next thing you know, they change up and they start just talking a whole different tune. It's like I don't understand it. It's like, people, they fall in love with the lifestyle, They fall in love with the lifestyle of being with a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And that will cause them to get envious and jealous and mad at the world and feel resentful once they're no longer with that celebrity.
Then
That's just human nature,
you
man.
also have to look at it from the celebrity's point of view too. is this woman loving me for me, or is this
Right.
woman loving me for what I can do for her?
Exactly.
You know, and that might cause a celebrity to shut his heart down and be like, okay, this is just for the night, or this is just for the weekend, or whatever. You
Exactly.
know, because I don't know if you for real or not.
And a
I don't know
lot
if
of
you
yeah.
love me for me or not.
Right.
You know.
And a lot of women, or people, period, you know what I'm saying, they man, that will destroy people's, man. That destroys people's egos. That destroys people's dreams, their hopes. You know what I'm saying? But it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game, and we have to understand how dirty this game is when it comes to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? When an artist is fed up, when they realize that they're tired of these labels fucking them, and they realize that they can try to go take these different avenues and different routes to try to get their generational wealth, then we have the labels changing up on artists, where they once was R. Kelly was looked at as probably a god in the music industry to certain labels. You know what I'm saying? They would love to put money into an artist of R. Kelly's status and his talent. But once you start asking for that money, once you start trying to fuck with their bottom line, oh, they'll change up on you quick. They'll change up on you quick. And that's just the bottom line.
Well, he said
They
it in his song.
Yeah, he said it. He said the shit in the song, and he said it on the Gayle King interview.
Yep.
He said, I gave y'all 30 years of my career and my craft, and now y'all trying to kill me. That's what he said that out his mouth. These major labels, man, when artists stand up for their rights and their copyrights and their masters and their generational wealth, man, these labels, man, they seek to destroy their image. And that's just the bottom line to it, man. That's just the bottom line to it. I mean, we all saw what happened to Michael Jackson. We all saw it. Same thing is going on with R. Kelly right now, y'all. So let's stop trying to ignore these facts, man. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. What we have to do is we have to get focused. We got to get back focused, and we got to understand who our opponent is. Nothing personal. It's nothing personal. But just understand who the opponent is so we can start trying to come up with a better strategy. Because right now, the strategy that we've been doing, all this bullshit, back and forth shit, fighting and shit like that shit ain't been getting it done, man. That shit ain't been getting it done.
And you don't have to like me for me to talk to you.
Exactly.
I can still talk to you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's about being mature and being, understanding how life works.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
So.
But anyhow, y'all. That's all. I think we should. You know what I think, man? I think we need to start over, y'all. I think it would be a good idea for everybody to start over. Everybody that's in support of R. Kelly, that believes in his innocence, we need to start over. Let's take it back to right before Surviving R. Kelly came out. Let's take it back. Let's see how people was talking about him then, these women and stuff. Then let's see how they started talking on Surviving R. Kelly. I think we got to start over and try to rebunk these lies. And we have to bring in more people into the situation. We have to bring new people into the situation and get it out there and get it further and infiltrate the mainstream media. We have to do that.
You know what's so funny is that one of the girls, women, I should say, was just on, I think, Instagram or one of the social media platforms saying that she still in love with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Dominique Gardner, I believe?
Yeah, that was her.
So
and she's not the only one.
You don't have to go back too far. They still love him. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think you should ask your subscribers to give input and see how they feel and what they think can be done. You know, because it's a team effort.
Exactly.
It's going to require all of us. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So yeah. Let us know, man. Let us know how y'all feel about the situation. I personally think we need to start over and take this one step at a time and get back to debunking this stuff from where it started at up until now. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion.
And we know we kind of know what the problem is, so we got to get caught up in the solution.
Exactly. Yep.
You know.
Exactly. But peace out, y'all.
producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is, I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I will always respect him for that. And he did it with grace in the height of the storm. It wasn't no shit like he went and hid off somewhere and then came back.
With my parents, and I don't want to talk to my parents. I'm a grown-ass woman, 21, about to be 22. And if I don't want to talk to my parents, I don't have to talk to my parents. I don't have to talk to nobody in this fucking world if I don't want to. This is exactly why I don't post on social media, because people are going to say what they want. People are going to take whatever they want and turn it into whatever they want. But at the end of the day, let it be known that I am definitely in love with Robert fucking Kelly. R. Kelly. Yes, that is mine. Okay? And I could give a damn about what anybody say. Like, I am so heated right now. Like, for my parents saying, oh my God, I want you to be happy. I want my child to be happy. I'm happy with R. Kelly, so let me live my fucking life. Like, let me live my life. First of all, only reason why I was trying on stuff,
I don't understand it.
Birthday,
Should we believe them before they change, or should we believe them after they change? Which one should we believe, y'all? Which one should we believe?